Let me see. Share screen. Screen 1. Okay, you guys see my screen? I'll open my notepad as well, right? So, okay. Who does not know how to see it? The comment case take. No. My replay works as well because I'll explain you how you can review your own games. Okay, it doesn't matter if I show my own POV. It's more like the thought process you should be having. So it's okay. All right. So the topic of today will be how to review your own games. So let's start. Okay, are you guys ready? So the most important thing, if you want to review your own games, is first you need to have an idea. Okay. Like, let's say you go into the game without having a plan, or you don't have anything to, think about. So usually before going into the game, right, you usually think about, okay, what's my win condition? Do I win 1v1? Do I win 2v2? Do I win 3v3? How do you want to play mid-game? Okay? So this is actually how you should review your own games, and this is, in my opinion, the best way, which is pre-6, where do you win 2v2/3v3? Okay? Same thing. Okay, after 6, how do you want to play? Which means, of course, like which lane would you ideally want to gank, and mid-game. Mid-game is more like which lane do you want to play through, right? And of course, there's more things like, okay, mechanics. So there's few things, if you play a game, that's hard for you to recognize. And that's very understandable. So you need to think about your win condition, okay? All of these things in general you should be thinking about, alright? And ideally, one thing as well, review your first 40 minutes first. So, okay guys, a question for you guys. Minute 14, what do you guys think is the most important thing to focus on? Pre-minute 14. That's actually my question to you guys. Which will make you very fucking good junglers? Tier 1 towers? Nope. Bathing, drone tracking, blitz and waves. We were talking about jungle, right? Lane state, yes. Lane states. Can you punish / get punished? That's number 1. Okay? When I mean with can get punished / get punished, that means that, let's say you can kill enemy, or if your laners can die, okay? In my opinion, jungle tracking, I wouldn't really put it there. I feel like it depends on your elo. So let's say that you guys are playing in, I don't know, gold. Okay? I think you might want to work on your clear. You might want to work on your skirmishes a bit, like how you play your champion, how you pilot it right, if you even use your builds correctly. It really depends on what elo you are. Let's say in higher elo, right? I think maybe just pathing, and I mean pathing is important in every single elo, but I think this is the most important. And then Gank execution. And by the way, just saying, this is how I personally got from really low elo to challenger within 6 months. I got from silver 1 to challenger in 3 months, and I actually remember what I focused on a bit. No cap. I actually mostly looked at my execution / skirmishes. As a jungler, okay, you are involved in almost every single fight. Let's be honest. So if you are good at gank execution skirmishes and recognizing if you can punish people, think about it. You'll be a pretty good jungler, right? But the thing is, okay, how can you recognize these things? But let's just mostly look at this. And one thing as well is tempo. So one thing, I don't think you can review your own tempo if you don't have the knowledge. There are some things that no matter how hard you try to fix it, you can't fix it. Sometimes you need a different perspective to see, okay, this is something actually that I'm not so good at the moment, and you don't know how to fix it, which is very normal, right? Imagine I'm playing tennis. Let's say that my swing is really bad, okay? I review my own swing, I watch a camera, I look at myself. Like, my perspective is going to be just limited because I only see my own perspective. And let's say I'm a noob, I won't be able to know what is good, right? So what I highly recommend always is watch someone that's really good and he explains his thought process, and then you get more perspective. And once you got more perspective, you can then see, okay, wait, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, okay? But I think personally that tempo slash efficiency. I'm not sure how to write efficiency, but there you go. But I would say that these three are the most important things. I'll be honest. In the early game, sure, like maybe pathing a bit, but in the end, you need to know when to get kills, when your lanes can get killed, and how to execute ganks, which means as well like knowing which ganks to go for. Very important. Okay. So limits. When I say limits, I mean more like can you kill the person or can you not kill the person? Okay. So we can now look at the replay. I think this game is actually perfect because I run it down really fucking hard. And my list is boosted, so it's perfect, okay? So we can look at this game, guys, okay? So let's look at this game, okay? And let's look at our notes. You guys do see my screen, right? Or the 9 waves. If you can punish someone, you might think, okay, perfect. Right, for now I'll just show you guys what I mean, okay? Okay, so let's look at this game. Let's just look at the notes real quick. So let's look at it together, okay? So pre-6, let's look at champions. What do I want to do pre-6? So, I mean, in my previous lessons, I already explained volatile lanes, so I'd rather not talk about it too much. But TLDR, volatile lanes is the lanes that have to trade and are going to be a bloodbath, and better jungler wins. TLDR, okay? So looking at this game, I would say that pre-6, gonna get something top lane. Maybe, if Jax Pyramid jumps in. And look at bot lane, ranged against ranged. I might be able to get something, but I feel like quite difficult as well. Mid lane, kinda AFK, right? So if I look at this game, I would say pre-6, we're the on a path. I already said the 80-20 rule, which is 80% bot side, 20% if top lane is ignite against ignite, and it's very volatile. Not the case. So I'm probably gonna go top to bot and see what happens, okay? So we have our general game plan here already, and we talked about win conditions. Okay, what's my win conditions about mid game? I would say that do we even side? Okay, so when I talk about win conditions, right? I usually mean like, okay, do I want to team fight or do I want to collapse from side lane? So it's like it's either team fights or flank from side, front to back. So this is just in general what you have to think about in mid game more. I would say that our champs are pretty good if you have like objective control. Because if you're first, you know, we have like a Jace poke. If the forces come in, I think we can probably win. And but these things that I'm explaining, it's very hard for me to explain to you guys in each situation. I think you just have to play the game to understand like what works, what doesn't. But yeah, I can't explain that. You just have to watch and play games. And yeah, let's just look at first 40 minutes, okay? And here's one thing, okay? I know this game that my bot lane is chilling, my mid lane is chilling, and my top lane is chilling. Actually, my top lane is winning. My bot lane is kind of even. My mid lane is losing. But in this game, I was thinking, okay, in general, okay, if you have winning lanes, you actually want to invade enemy if you can. Because if you're winning lanes and you invade, your lanes keep winning, right? And you don't allow them to get ganked, which is what you want, of course. Bot lane is scaling. Sweeks are probably too different. Yeah, pretty much we play team fights. But let's see, okay? So I think I'm just. Oh, one thing as well, just Ward Raptors. But let's review my game, okay? I'll do as if I'm trying to improve and I want to review my own game. So let's look at, okay, what did I do? I just farmed here. Sinner warded my Raptors here, so he saw me. Kha'Zix path in topside. Oh no, Kha'Zix didn't path topside. So here, okay, this is actually perfect, because look, I went for an invade here, because I saw Kha'Zix here, right? Look, we literally see Kha'Zix, he didn't take shot off yet. So I thought I could make the time to invade him, because I'm stronger than him, right? And my mid lane has a push, so I can go. I already know what happened, so... Because I played the game, right? I remember a bit. So here I'm like, okay, it might be a bit saucy now because maybe their bot lane is gonna move to me and I can't do this. So when you review this, right? Let's say this happens. Now I'm in Midlane, okay? I traded 1 for 1, which is in general about it not good. Okay. So how do you review this? So you might wonder, okay, what should my thought process be? And what should I learn from this? So in the game, okay, so I'm gonna write it down, all right? My first death. So in game, I thought that I'll just write down my thought process, okay? I could invade because I have prio and I'm stronger, okay? Let's put it like this. Okay, this is what I thought in game, all right? You have to always think about how did I think in game, and when you watch the replay, what is different? Did anything change? Does it make sense? So this is what you have to think about it. So right now, right? Oh, just if you talk about 1v1, I win for sure. Like, look at Kazakh HP. And look at my HP. He's not winning that. So, right here, okay? I invaded here. So if you watch this in review, what was the problem of this invade? What do you guys think? Because remember what my initial thought process was? In game, I thought I could invade because I have prio and I'm stronger. Okay? I have mid priority, that's correct. So what do you guys think about this? Yes. I don't have bot lane priority. Okay, that's mostly it. I legit don't have bot lane priority, that's all. Like, if I had my bot lane moving here, or at least they're stuck in a tower, I can guarantee you that I was gonna hit this red buff and I would fight them. Because I'm confident I would win this. However, I looked at my mid lane, and I look at my bot lane, and yeah. So, what Kha'Zix did, right? Kha'Zix did the safe pathing, which is something I usually do as well, if you think you can get invaded. So, there's few things about this, okay? Which is one, so if I, let's say, review this, okay? Few things have changed, which is that review is like, my laners actually didn't have prio. Okay, that's one. Enemy did safe pathing. Still worth. This is what you have to ask yourself. Still worth. But this is how you just have to see things. So, how do you review? Okay, how do you review? Think how you felt in game and why. In review, think about has it changed. Does it make sense? But bot can never push in the matchup now. I think Sivir should have a better push than Ziggs. Because Sivir can just press W and Seraphine, I mean, it's pretty similar in a way, but I'm not completely sure if they push or not, but I think they do. And I see my bot lane here in the tower, and it seems like they have to push. But this is the most important thing if you review your own games. And let's look at it, okay? So after that, I went for a mid lane dive. So let's talk about perspective. If you trade 1 for 1 here, let's say that you're not knowledgeable, you might think, oh, it's not bad. But I can promise you guys, 1 for 1 trades as a jungler is almost never worth, unless it's enemy jungler as well, and it was very close. Because right now, I did not clear any of my bot side camps. I still have to go to my bot side camps. I have a pretty shit base. If I didn't kill him, but I killed him, but anyway. I have to go to my bot side camps. And I'll be pathing towards the top side. Ideally, I would have loved to take my bot side here, okay? Base, go to my top side, path bot side again. So, trading 1 for 1 is just generally bad. So, the next time, okay, what you have to be focusing on here is that, okay, so let's say I'm trying to improve, okay? So there's 2 things so far that I feel like I'm lacking in. Let's say that I reviewed like a million times, okay? Tricking sheets. So there's few things I feel like I have to work on. So one, I'll just write it down here, okay? Don't invade without lane priority. You know? Two, if you see on kill, try to not trade. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I think if I, let's say, watch, or let's say I'm in another game, and I see Kha'Zix here, okay? I can legit run away right now if I want to. I know this is very tempting, no joke. Like, 95% of the players are not gonna run away here. But I can promise you, it's better to run away here than going for one trade here. So does it make sense? So like, it's just watching my early game, I went for this play, but in hindsight, I'll be like, is this worth it? Imagine I missed my Q here. Yeah, I open. And now Kha'Zix, if he wants to, right? He can take his red buff, he can base, just go top to bot, and it's perfect for him. But this is how I see like reviewing, right? Which is that, think about in-game, watch after, and think, worth or not worth? Clearly this invade early game, in my opinion, not worth. I think if I take his red buff, honestly, and then take him full bot side after, it might be okay. But, you know, I have to make sure he doesn't take my top side. And I was fucking slow because he got a leash as well. But let's say that you didn't have this knowledge. Would you guys understand what I mean? What are the conditions for diving? You need the slow push. An enemy jungler should not be there. That's a condition. But honestly here, I could even try to press Q here, honestly. And just see how it goes. But he has his E up, so I can't even kill him. Okay, but let's continue watching, okay? Okay, so one thing as well, okay. When you're in base, if you want to review, you should have like at least a little bit of a plan. Okay, like I still want to play bot side, but I need to farm. So I'll farm up here. So I went for this Midlane gank. So, oh my god, dude, I coach people and I tell them always the same thing, and I'm doing it as well. Actually, but I think this one works because, wait, let me see. Where's Kha'Zix? Okay, Nico's mid lane here. Okay. Okay, this is a different case. I know why I'm doing this. I know this guy has no flash. And my Ryze in the tower. If Kha'Zix is here, I'll just run away. Like, so that's why I just went for his gank. Okay, so I killed this guy. But I'm just saying, you have to be aware that if you kill him, but the Kha'Zix kills you, not worth it. But here, I would always be okay, I believe, no matter what. So. Okay, now I'm farming. Okay, key thing, okay? I'm farming, I just got something. I'm just gonna say it, even though we talk about review. If you get something, guys, the general rule is that you have to think, okay, enemy jungler can do something. It's like chess. I get something, enemy gets something. So while I got something, he probably took his camps, and he can gank mid, bot, top, and ideally, I don't want to be there. So my job as a jungler right now is to look top, mid, bot, and ping my laners to not int. I know Kha'Zix started top side, so he might be around top side here. But that's the things you have to be thinking about. So I see Kha'Zix bot side. So now I'm going for another mid lane gank. So here's the thing, okay? You have to be thinking. I think this Ryze ult was complete garbage. I think this mid lane gank was good. But I would have needed my Ryze to... Because Sinner had no ultimate, by the way. He used it on the Ryze. But now I would need my Ryze to ult me a bit further behind, because this is, you know, not the greatest positioning. And if we snared him, maybe we could have killed him, but I don't even think so, you know? But that's like not the worst. That's not why the game goes a bit boom. Here, I push out away from him. Okay, sure. I farm. I look for top lane. And just a small thing that you have to notice. Look at his wave, you see? Like, usually the time of gank is when he goes for like a minion. Because at this point, I can tell you like 90% of the top laners, if Tribush is not warded, they are going to be here and just hit this minion wave. And of course, as I show, okay, I ping him go, go, because maybe he has a ward here, okay? I'm thinking in my head, maybe he has a ward here, so I need my Jace to like now go in. Because if he keeps waiting, it'll be 1v0. 1v1, I mean. And now he's dead. Then, of course, one thing as well, you should look at execution. There wasn't anything too crazy here. I think I could have queued them right here in a small window. But that's all. Same thing. Okay, I'm winning right now. And here's the key thing, okay? If you're winning, guys, you need to make sure that you are aware what you're playing for. And when I say what you're playing for as well. Because right now I killed this guy, okay? Let's say I was super low. I might want to give the Herald. Because I can't contest it. Okay? Those are the things you have to be thinking about. So right now you see I ward the Herald. I go towards mid bot. Okay, so I'm going for a mid lane gank here, okay? So my question to myself here is that, is this guaranteed? We talked about a few things, okay? Lane stays, execution, skirmishes, tempo, efficiency, limits. So right now, I think Syndra has no flash, I think. Let me see. I think he has no flash, I'm not sure. And I'm going for a gank here, right? So let's talk about pure execution. What do you guys think about this gank? He has no flash, I think, by the way. What do you guys think? Looking at this gank. Gankable. My cam is spacing a bit. Where's your QE Syndra? Where's Kha'Zix? Okay. I think we do not see Kha'Zix. Actually, wait, Kha'Zix shows ball in right now. I think I could have run here. My Ryze is actually playing really well. I just wait a bit longer. Sadly missed my Q here. But it's like execution, right? And I think he managed to run away here, because he missed, right? Yeah. Oh, he had no W. Wait, I don't know if Ryze has W or not, but I think he had his W. No, he didn't W, but... Okay, so I didn't kill this guy, but that's just execution, right? I missed my Q. I use it too slow. That's like something mechanical you have to like review, right? Yeah, he has his abilities. But okay, sure, so be it, okay? That's fine. So now I look for another gank. I see him on the Herald. He has no flash here, by the way. Thoughts on this one, guys? This is actually super important. Because this is like... Yeah, let's look at this, okay? I tried to go mid lane here. Nico's mid here. This guy still has QE, I think. I'm not sure, but... whether it's QE or not, it doesn't matter. And now I go to my bot side. What do you guys think about that? I think this is super important to know as well, right? Which is that, okay, let's say this guy's human, okay? Even though there's no flash. And how can you how do you review this, okay? So I went for a gank. Why? I thought I could kill him. In game. But now I watch the replay, I'm like, wait. The wave is gone. Why would this guy even be here in the first place? He can now just leave. He can just, I don't know, go base if he wants to. And I'll be wasting time. So looking at it again. So how can I recognize next time that I don't do this, okay? That's what you have to think about. Okay, wait. So in game, you thought you could get a kill here, okay? I'll write this down as well. I'll just write here, okay? Mid lane gank at 9:30. thought I could kill him. He had no flash. This is what I thought in game. In the game thoughts. Okay. Review. Well, if we look at it again, he got the wave. No business for him. So what's the conclusion if you have your in-game thoughts and a review? You should have a conclusion, right? Right? I would say the wave state, and since they have river control, I can't go there. Because he warded river, I think. So looking at this, and I have no kick, even if there's no flash, this is bad. So how can I see it in the future? In the future, how I can recognize this is that, okay, if I look for a gank, and his wave state is good, and let's say this wards in rivers, probably, this is too overforced. So you have to think about wave state. So of course, the things you have to think about is these things, which I put. Lane states, which is honestly, this guy can stand here. Like, I'll never kill him. That's one. So that's already done. Can't kill him. So this is how you can like recognize. But here's the thing, which is why some but it's really important, okay? Some junglers power farm and will win the games. That's as well because they're probably very good at team fighting, but they're bad at seeing opportunities maybe. So they make up for it by having good team fighting. There are some junglers that are just shit at team fighting, but maybe good at seeing opportunities, or they have a mix. And ideally, you want to have everything. So here, for example, he took the Herald. And what am I doing meanwhile? I'm doing nothing. I'm legit trying to kill him, and he's completely fine. Here, I want my Rise to ult, but I think even if he ults, I don't think we kill him. He didn't have to do this. Right? So he took a full Herald, and we're literally same tempo right now. While he took the Herald. Now, if I didn't go for this gank, okay? You should as well see what you could have gotten otherwise. I could have gotten my bot lane camps. Okay. And then I could maybe do the Drake, because my bot lane is the push. Instead, he's taking Drake, which takes, I don't know, 20 seconds? 20 seconds? And I just didn't do jack shit. And in my opinion, no joke, is game losing. This looks small, okay? This might look very small. Do you guys think it's a small mistake or not? Because this is actually pretty huge. And I'm sure that you guys sometimes do this. I do this too, where enemy does something. So like if enemy does something, okay, it's like chess. You should try to do something else. If you don't do something else, you're actually AFK. Yes, I mean, he takes Herald, Gold, and I'm not even ahead in tempo. Like, imagine that I took my camps instead of oinking, and now I look for a bot side gank, okay? That means that he's skipping some of his camps to be there. Which is good for me, because his camps aren't recycling. But now I'm hard oinking, okay? And, yeah, like, kinda sucks. And now I go for a mid lane gank. Okay, so let's see this mid lane gank, okay? What did I think in game? Okay, in game he has no flash. Kha'Zix probably is not here, very likely. Wave state is good to gank. So look here as well. I'm pinging him back, so he walks up. And now I'm going for the gank. And he dies. So was it again good? Was execution good? Execution was for sure good. Was the gank itself good? Yes, I think no wards. He had to be quite deep here. And yeah, I think this one was good. No summoners. He's pretty deep. I skip my camps for it. Sure. I kill him. And I take the Drake during this time. And now I'm down tempo. My laners had to respect. Oh my god, I remember this one. This one was so troll. That was not so good. This is like, yeah. Okay, so let's review this, okay? Because this might happen. is solo queue, you know. So okay, so I try to kill him. We get 3-man ulted, and we get triple killed. So in game, what was I thinking here? I mean, okay, my Seraphine ulted, so I went in obviously, right? But right now, I killed him, but all died. So if you look at this, right? How would you guys review this? So in the game, I'm like, okay, I mean, actually, in game, I actually felt like this was kind of bad because I didn't have my Q. Okay. But right now, what should my highest priority be? So I killed him, okay? But now I'm reviewing, and we had a rule, okay? Our rule was, I mean, not a rule, but in general, you don't want to trade. So looking at this, okay? Knowing that you all have the knowledge of you don't want to trade. If I go in here and I kill him, is it worth it? Thoughts? No, it's not, right? So now, in hindsight, okay, so let's say there's another situation and I'm playing the game again. If I think potentially me going in here will be like a 1-for-1, I just W my AD carry here and we just defend. So that's what you want to be thinking. So I'll explain you guys step 1, step 2, step 3, which is that it's pretty simple. Step 1, I think I'll just put it down here below. I'll like simplify. Step 1, thought process in game. Step 2, conclusion of replay. Step 3, what should you do next time? So step 1 is, okay, in game I thought, okay, maybe we can kill this guy, okay? Which is true. But the thing is that trading is not good. So that's my conclusions from the replay, right? Trading is not good. Could have recognized that I would have probably died if I queued in here. I would say so, yeah. I think I could come to the conclusion myself. Just watching it, that I would probably die. So I have to W my CPU here. So what should I do next time? The moment I feel like I might die and trade 1-for-1, I should not go for it. So how do you recognize this? Well, you know, if I'm sending it here, then not worth it. And one thing as well, in general, if enemy use the Herald, you don't want to initiate plays unless you're really sure you can win. Does it make sense? But here's the knowledge of doing 3v3 now. I think this was just bad ult. Because I felt like this was so fucking sus. This is what I felt in game as well. But I tried to follow here, but I didn't have my Q, so I was like, yeah, guys. Of course, it's not yourself in a 3v3. But I can promise you here, I do not want to fight. This is how I felt in game. So there's one thing as well, right? Is that so this might be a flaw of mine too, okay? Which is shown here, which is that 3. Okay, so what do you think number 3 is? What do you guys think? I came to the conclusion that in game I felt like it might be difficult, but I still went for it. So what do you guys think my third thing is that I want to improve on? Less cheese? No, not less cheese. There's like something, no limit, no. I knew in game that I actually didn't want to go in here, which is that if you think something is bad, don't follow. Because in game I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do this, you know. But this is just in general like how I want like see your games basically. Does it make sense? Would defending tower be correct? Yes, you just want to defend the tower here. That is definitely correct. Yeah, the plan should be just defend the tower, yes. Oh, fuck, the replay is gigabugged. Right, I want to defend the tower anyway because I know it was 6, right? And now they take tower and they take a lot. And honestly, I think the most important things that I've mentioned, I already said on just how to review in general.